So then let's just forget about all that. Let's just focus on the MC right now.
Okay.
What is your style? How do you tear the head off an MC who tries to step in front of you with a microphone?
I give them some understanding. My whole thing is, cats have aggressive style, but sometimes, you know, some people don't have the voice. You might have the punchlines, but you might not have the voice. I can't listen to a whole album of a nigga that got a high pitched voice or whatever. Like, it's like everybody want to rap, and everybody don't have the voice. Everybody don't, but everybody, you can't say you can't do it because everybody's allowed their own canvas and their own personal thing. So if somebody stepped to me and was like, yo, you know, you want to exchange blows, like a Shaolin master. He was like, oh, how many blows? Let me get 2 blows. And you're just showing off ability. Like, it's a friendly contest, and that's it. Like, but when it get to a point where dudes want to talk about this and that and the disrespectful stuff, like, I don't really, you never hear me get that deep with disrespect with dudes, because I'm not beat.
So we're not into the battle of heavy things. But one thing about Nocturnal is Nocturnal not only is barfest, he also has style. You have a video when you're in front of the pack with the shade, with the little glasses on and the polo and everything. So I'm looking at that, I'm like, okay, there's duplicity to this man. He's not only hip hop, but he's the style part of hip hop as well. Why is it important for an MC to show that they are multifaceted and not just one thing when they hit the microphone?
Because you don't know who's looking at you. You don't know what opportunities that's gonna bring. So when you on a mic or you on a camera, it's important to have an understanding of this is entertainment. This is not, we're still entertaining. I'm here to entertain you. I know my job. My job is to entertain and influence you. We're still entertainment. So you get that aspect of me. And since I'm passionate about my skill and my love of the hip hop culture, you're not getting a negative, like all the negativity. I could throw you some gun bars, but when you meeting me and we in a cypher, you're gonna be like, damn, that nigga is cool as fuck. Like, you know what I mean? He's just a cool dude. And you gotta keep your swag on point. Your gear, your hat gotta be crunched to the side. You know, I was saying, like, back in the days how everybody was wearing a polo, and then I was wearing some of that. They had this, you know, your style, and then they call it swag now, but it was like basically that always existed in hip hop. Even before hip hop, when we was breakdancing, your style, how you rock your windbreaker, how you lace your fat laces up. You just put that in the music, in your music form. Like the Kango, creasing my Kango with the creases in it, making sure the kangaroo sat in the front, making sure my teeth, when I had gold frames, making sure that Y was all had diamonds in it. You see what I'm saying? Like, it was all on your style, on who you was to stand out. You know what I mean?
But from what you said, now here comes the other side of that question. A lot of people from Jersey feel like Jersey artists don't get on because they're held back. Then to make it out of Jersey, you see hip hop in a world fashion. How much bigger is hip hop in the world in Jersey? Because my biggest mission, I can't say I'm doing it myself because I'm not. But one thing I want is for everybody to know that Jersey has a different voice and there's talent here. And not only is the talent here, we're trying to get the talent mentally fit, ready, so that when the world comes knocking, not only can you open the door, you can open the door, offer them a seat, and give them a drink. So before they leave, they come away with something.
Right.
So how much bigger is hip-hop to the world than just the Jersey stigma?
To let Jersey MCs know that, well, yo, we are held at a high rank in the hip-hop community, but we're not noticed enough. We always leave Jersey and we leave Jersey to go in everybody else's camp, different camps, different aspects. A lot of people in Jersey leave Jersey because of that stigmata and go other places and kind of like grow their fan bases. And then it's like, do they bring it back? Can we bring it back? Can we bring it in? Can we bring it home to like grow our own? But I noticed we don't have our radio station. Philly has their own radio station. New York has their own radio station. So we sit in the middle and not having a voice. You know what I'm saying? So we basically shadowed, because Philly got their own thing going on. They got their own radio stations, and they got tough MCs, but that's Philly. They have their own thing. And New York has their own thing. We're like stuck in the middle with, in the tri-state, it's kind of like, it's Jersey, then it's Connecticut. Like, I don't know no Connecticut rappers.
Now, you know what? It's funny that you say that, because from my studies, I've learned that the signals that power those radio stations you're talking about are actually in Jersey. So they turn the signals out to power New York and Philly. But if we turned the signals in, we would be the most powerful media outlet, stream or landline in the world.
Yeah, well, I'm all for that. If I can help get that going, and that's the whole thing. It's like making sure that me coming up, you had other artists that actually went to the next level of like, I ain't gonna say amateur, but went to the pros, that got signed, that had prominent careers. And there's a lot of people in Jersey. At one point, Jersey was looked at from all over the world like, yo, those cats from Jersey is tough. You know what I mean? Because you had Lauryn Hill, you had Lords on the Underground, K-Def, Larry O, you had the Outlaws, you know what I mean? Pac came to Jersey, you had Tretch, and you had a tier of MCs that didn't get signed that was rapping at the same time as when Naughty and Apache. You had Double O, you had Bumpy Johnson, you had myself, you had Vega Rock, you had Black Waters, my man Fire Jaws. You had a lot of MCs. You had Chino, XL, you had Pace One, you had the Outsiders, it was just a whole lot of MCs that really didn't boom, that should have went boom. But, you know, like I said, we don't have those outlets, so we're kind of like stuck, because it's not really unity. It's more or less a competitive nature of, I got to get on, I got to get on, I got to get signed, I got to get signed. Now it's not like that. It's independently like, yo, so on an independent level, we're working more with each other. We're doing more. You have more outlets. You have the internet, so we're getting heard on different block radios, internet radio services and stuff like that. So we're getting heard more, and it's much more music, because you got generations. Now you have generations of unsigned artists in Jersey. Generations.
Yeah.
Tiers of unsigned artists, and you still got new artists coming.
Yeah.
So you got a lot of people that have been rapping in Jersey over 10 years, over 20 years.
But the thing is, when it comes to Jersey, Jersey has, I heard this from more than one artist in the industry, Jersey and the Bay are the two most deadliest places to rhyme. Yeah. Because if you go to Jersey, you got to get your bars up, bar heavy. Raekwon and Chef said Wu-Tang Clan was made better because they came to North, hands down.
Yeah.
And I heard other rappers in the industry and from this side of the world say they went to the Bay. And they said in the Bay, if you don't got that action, you get left behind.
Yeah.
And it's like right now, I'm not going to say that feeling is back, because I don't know about the Bay. I haven't been to the Bay. But what I know about Jersey is we're now starting to follow the Southern blueprint of do it yourself.
Right.
And I see you doing it yourself.
Yeah,
doing your own music. You got a show on Reject Rebel Radio, right? Reject Radio?
No, that's my man Influence, Under the Influence radio show on Reject Radio.
Okay. And so, I'm going to ask you this last question on this part of the interview, and I want you to expound on it as much as you can.
Okay.
Video killed the radio star. The internet killed the industry. The artist is his own industry. And now that rappers and artists are coming out with their own podcasts, their own YouTube channels, to formulate a fan base to sell their own things directly to the customer or consumer of music, what is the role of an MC now? Is it to be bar heavy, or is it to be a businessman first?
That's a tough question, but I can take it for myself. Like, now I'm at a certain tier of MC level and ability. I'm not a beginner, and I think right now my business savvy is important far as getting all my I's is dotted, all my T's is crossed, my registrations is all in order, so that any stream is coming back to me. I'm getting some money. I'm getting something from it. Now, you invest it in yourself over years. Investment has to mature. So to me, as if you invest in yourself, whether you're a beginner, you might not receive or you might not have the views at 1,000, but now you can buy views. You can. It's crazy out here. The internet is crazy. You know what I'm saying? So my whole thing is boots on the ground still works. You know what I mean? Because we didn't have all those internet sources. So you use the boots on the ground and the internet platforms. You know what I'm saying? And you kind of like build them to your music and your fan base. You grow your fan base, and you put yourself out there. Like if you make a comment, if somebody say, "Yo, that was a dope song," or you, thank you, appreciate that. You have to one-on-one engage into your fan base. You have to engage your fan base. You have to reach to people, and keep it real with yourself. Like, and it's gonna grow. It's like a seed. It's gonna grow. You just have to be patient. Progress, patience, and passion. Progress, patience, passion. The 3 P's. Gotta practice that.
4, practice. Gotta have practice.
Yeah. You gotta practice too. But if you already at that level and you like, why? Be a little bit more patient. Put yourself in different situations. You're like, oh, I'm hot. But consistency.
Word.
You know what I mean? Consistency. You might not be consistent. You might have a hot album one year, and then you have so many yes men, you thought you was hot, and it's like, you didn't grow. You know what I'm saying? Or you keep talking about the same shit.